Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And I tell you, I got my absolutely fantastic co-hosts here with me, and wow, we got two absolutely fantastic guests on the show today. And guess what, audience? You looking at both of us. Today is what is today, Michelle?
Today, I guess it's hump day.
It's Hump Day! But it's also this is recap day where we talk about all of the shows that we did during the month of September. And I tell you, Michelle, we had 18 absolutely fantastic shows, and we're gonna touch bases on all of them. Yeah, we're gonna touch bases on all of them. But you know, I want to get this thing started because you know I want to play the first probably about the first nine of the shows. I'm talking about just the to give our listeners and our viewers opportunity to know or see some of these guests that were there. And if you want to be part of this great conversation, wherever you're watching it at, whether you're watching on E360 TV, whether you're watching over 20 plus live streaming networks, you can always be part of the conversation just by going to the comments section and just click on and ask us a question, and I promise I'll make sure it's there. What you got to say, Michelle? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just came from a great workout session. It was cardio day, but I am really excited about the show we have today. Recapping the month of September, a great guest and the information they provided, and getting educated on the specific topics. So I'm really excited about the show today and the recap.
I am absolutely excited about this, and I tell you what, let's get this started. Let's show some of the first guests we're gonna talk about.
Doctor James J.C. Cooley, the James Cooley Show. It's your life. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Doctor James J.C. Cooley. Doctor James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
So, Michelle, we just showed our viewers
Mhm.
nine of the guests, but I want to talk about E360 television. So I'm gonna let you start it out. You start
Well,
out with what?
yeah, we're going to just kind of talk about, not only about recapping September 2022 shows, but also we're going to discuss our upcoming projects planned for the remainder of the year and the vision and goals that the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, has in mind. So, James, ever since we started E360 TV, I mean, we've had amazing guests and, we love this platform. So, what I love about doing the platform, I'm just going to have you just chime in there, but I'm going to have you start first. What do you love about doing the E360 TV platform and over 20 live streaming platforms? What do you love about doing the show on this platform?
Well, I'll tell you, E360 television is absolutely fantastic because um, they have a lot of other platforms that we are on. We on eight different television uh, channels that you can get the James Cooley Show It's Your Life on. But they promote the show. They put it out on Facebook. They do commercials. I mean, it's E360 has been a godsend, and not just that, but they are extending the platforms to other different areas that are going to make television, at least our television show and others that's on the show, a lot better. It's going to make it a lot clearer, a lot more transparent. And so
Mhm.
I just love it.
Oh, I love it. And, doing this show, I mean, it's funny. People see our audience, they see the final product, of the show, but there's just a lot of prep work, to 5 days a week show. As executive producer, not only do I reach out to potential guests, we also have to get their information, making sure the websites they've given us is accurate because we post these things, we advertise it on social media. So we want our audience to, get the accurate information. So there's a lot of prep work, doing 5 days a week show, but is a lot of joy in doing it as well. What are your thoughts on that, James?
Let's put it like this: we talking 5 live shows per week,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not counting radio and podcasts, which is radio. We do that live on Tuesday, along with television and all of the live streaming networks. So we're reaching a lot and lots of folks. YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, E360 television, and a lot more is going on at the same time. But we also, um, for as podcasts, we're on over 36 podcasts, and our show actually comes on, I think, this Sunday at 8 o'clock, 8
Mm-hmm.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's on podcasts, uh, Spotify, uh, iHeartRadio, iTunes, all of the major podcasts. So you can find the It's Your Life Radio uh, shows on all of those things. So I just like the way that it has expanded and the audience and our numbers are clicking up. And that's why we encourage everybody that's watching this, especially if you're watching on YouTube, go out there and subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. All you have to do is click subscribe. And I tell
Mm-hmm.
you, and we will take this even further because we are expanding and we might be expanding to other networks that also that would be included in what we're doing.
Oh, that's what I love about E360 TV. I mean, it's always growing. We got to keep up with the times. Technology, live streaming, different platforms. They're always growing. They're always creating something to make the experience not only better for us as hosts, but also for the viewer as well, and for the guests. We want to make things simple. We want to make things better. So, it's exciting to be part of E360 live television. And one of the things people ask, what are the challenges in doing a live show 5 days a week? Well, there's simple things. I'll name a couple and you just let me know. What do you think, James? I mean, sometimes you may have IT problems, technical problems. Maybe the internet went down, or maybe, for whatever reason, you're scrambling. But the most important thing is to keep your cool and knowing everything's going to be okay. So, what challenges do you or have you seen doing the show, James?
Well, just like you mentioned, a couple of them. You might have bandwidth problems, internet. You might lose your camera for a second or so, maybe a couple of minutes, but the show is still going out. And that could happen at the other ends where people are locked into television, locked into our networks and as guests. And so sometimes you experience losses for as temporary losses and you have to improvise. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but um, but the most important thing, as long as you coordinate with E360, you coordinate with Sarah, who's doing a terrific job
Amazing.
with all of the different platforms that we're on. Because remember, they're live at the same time. Long as the coordination is there, and long as all of this, like our studio, is working properly, we
Mm-hmm.
we can go to the break, get the commercials out, and do all these other type of things because everything is kind of like transparent. But over a period of time, you learn how to do all of these things, and I guess you become comfortable, which I talk about myself in doing this, and it just takes time.
Oh, most definitely. And one of the challenges, and this happens very rarely, but sometimes you may have a guest who's supposed to appear and they have an emergency and they're unable to appear. So, we just, dust it off and we get creative. We'll bring in another guest, or we'll do a show, just me and you as the host, and we'll talk about current events and just, go from there. But these things happen. But, one of the most important thing is our guests and making our fescue welcome and comfortable. So, what types of guests do we have on the show?
Well,
So James, what types of guests do we have on our show?
I like to say we have influencers. I like to say we have ordinary guests, ordinary people that things occur in their lives, and that we bring them on to talk about what these things are, because they might be able to help um, others out, viewers or listeners out, based on the issues and challenges that they might be facing, that might encourage someone else to think about these things and not go that direction, or these bring some ideas on what will help solve the problem. So we have a range of all type of guests.
Oh my goodness.
We have from the famous all the way down to whatever. I mean, but
Mhm.
I like to have a variety of everybody, and so uh, we have had a lot of great guests this month alone, Michelle.
Mhm. Oh
And
my
so
gosh.
let's talk about some of the guests that we had on in September.
But
We had
one
18 guests.
yeah, but one thing, James, what is there any specific topics that the show will stay away from?
I don't like to talk about politics
Mhm.
that much. Now, I don't have a problem in talking about religion, but
Mhm.
not to force your beliefs on others. I I don't like to talk about, I mean, anything negative influence that's
Mhm.
going to be negative to someone else. Um, we want this to be a positive show. We want to bring love, compassion, uh, to others, and it's all about love. It's all about living together. It's on just one planet together. It's
Mhm.
all about respect and consideration. If the topic, if I don't feel it's respectful, if it's not going to help others out, I most of the time I pass on those type of topics.
Oh, most definitely. Anything to do with false rumors, things unsubstantiated, we shy away from that. This is about motivation, encouragement, and positivity. So let's talk about our guest for the month of September. Oh my gosh. This is a recurring guest on the show, Paula Shaw. She is amazing. She is a grief specialist. She's an author. She is a coach. So she came on the show in September, and her topic was why is it important to surround yourself with the right people? Basically, she was talking about lessons learned from a 72nd birthday. What lessons did Paula talk to you about, James, that you found inspirational when she was on the show?
Okay, first of all, we talking Paula's show. Paula's show
Mhm,
gave me my first opportunity in radio and television
mhm,
by being on her show. And she saw something in me to invite me on the show. But over the last almost 4 years, Paula had been on our show, I think like maybe 5 times, but she always brings uh, so much positivity to whatever we're talking about. And just like you mentioned on the 72nd birthday, she talked about surrounding yourself with the right people. And it was one statement that she made, Michelle, was that she had this friend that she just was around all the time, but she mentioned something. She said, "But JC, every time I got around this friend, and I'm all happy, but I talked to her for a few minutes, and next thing you know, she it's I'm down." And she said, I just have to figure out a way of not being around that person, because every time I come around them, I feel the same way." So her main thing was surround yourself with positive people where you're gonna get the energy and the vibe from them that's going to be able to help others out.
Oh, most definitely. You have to surround yourself with the right people. And I understand people, we all go through challenges and we need an ear, to vent, and that's all good, but you also want to make sure that, um, that whoever you surround yourself with, this is really consistent. You're not feeling bad about yourself or just feeling bad when you're around them. That may be something you may want to think about, or a sign to kind of keep some distance. But those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I tell you what, Michelle, we're gonna take a station break, but we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about the other 17 shows that we had and some of the things that stood out. So if you want to be part of this conversation, just go to the comments portion and just ask Michelle or I any questions that you like, or just chime in and just bring positivity to everybody. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
Fight again. And if you want my opinion, I'll let it take me away. Only relief is the four on the floor and the crowd that goes, oh, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, oh, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm excited to be discussing the topic that we had in September. So, you want to be part of this conversation? All you do is go to the comments and just ask any question you want of me, Michelle, or I, or just if you wanted to say hello, why don't you do that? So, Michelle, let's talk about um, Rap Plum. You know, you know, this guy is so I say so brilliant, so smart, and he's so caring. That I'm just so glad that I met Ralph, and I guess almost 2 years ago. But he's so inspirational, and he knows a lot of people as it relate to uh, bringing people together, being a role model, and just talking about our Lord and Savior. And just love having him on. He was on a couple of times
Hmm.
uh, last month where, he filled in for a show because we had folks over in Africa that was supposed to have been doing the show. But I then found out he had been to uh, over 55 countries there. And it just, he enlightened and he educated our audience. What did you get out of that conversation with that we had?
Well, yeah, definitely motivational. His topic, what is the best way you can spend the rest of your time? And, he discussed about you just really never know, when your time is really up. And think about the things that you want to do. He mentioned creating a bucket list, whatever things you want to do professionally, personally, but it has to mean something to you because whether you're young, middle age, old, or whatever, you just never know. We all here for an appointed time, and you don't want to have any regrets in life. Oh, I could have, should have done it. So, I thought he was fantastic, and he definitely gave us food for thought.
Always, always. And we had this young lady, Melina Russo, and she talked
Mhm.
about the real estate market and out of San Diego, and not just that, but around the country, that the market in the United States is really crashing, and some of the signs that we might want to look at. And she just explained all of those things and kind of educated me because I'm not a real estate agent.
Mhm.
But those type of topics and what she put out, very knowledgeable in everything that she said, and that was enlightening as well.
Oh yeah, us, who are homeowners or potential home buyers, we see the interest rates, flying off the roof. And if you want to sell your house, everything is great. But if you want to buy a home, it's like, okay, should I wait it out? So Melina definitely discussed the issues regarding, the real estate market, and basically not to panic. That's one thing she says, not to panic. So we're really excited to have her on. And oh my gosh, we have this dedicated person who always watching our show, Bruce and Terry Sue Parker. Oh
You,
my
you,
goodness.
they the two of my most favorite people in the world, and
Yes.
I love having them on the show. And Terry Sue, I think you might be watching the show. If you are, just wave and give us a hi. But just so knowledgeable and so caring. They just started, not just started, maybe 2 years ago, this food bank where they are feeding the homeless, they're feeding the elder, they're feeding everybody, and they doing some wonderful things, making sure
Hmm.
that no one goes hungry. And these two are great people, got a heart of gold, and most of what they're doing is coming out. I mean, they're really funding these things because they care. They
Hmm.
care, and we need more people like Terry Sue and Bruce in the world today.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And they also discuss, the stigma of food pantries. So one of the things they wanted to address is that the food that they supply the neighborhood, they go out. They go out and deliver the food, and the food they make and put together is with love and with care, and it's fresh food, it's nutritious food. It's not expired food. And one thing she wanted to just let us know is that, hey, if you want to donate to a food pantry, that's great, but please make sure the food is the canned food, whatever the food is healthy and
That you're
wholesome.
willing to eat it yourself.
Exactly, exactly. Don't just look in your pantry and say, "Oh, I don't want this. I don't want this." No, they do not accept expired food. So she just wanted to put it out there. But James, what about Laurel Jokamitis? Her topic was how to turn fear into fuel. Can you kind of comment on her appearance on the show?
That was so amazing. Uh, uh, because some of the things, trials and tribulations that she had went through, and sometimes we don't want to even think about those things because we are afraid. and we're just fearful for that. But sometimes you have to release it, talk about it, and you have to, I wouldn't say tackle your demons, if that's what that is. You have to face it, and you got to turn your fears, whatever you're afraid of, into fuel to help keep from being fearful about things that you have no control over. So she was absolutely wonderful, Michelle. She was wonderful.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Definitely got a lot of inspiration, motivation from her, you know. And she actually discussed some of your taglines for the JC Cooley Foundation. Can you kind of go over that, James?
Well, yes, she talked about
Dream big.
dream
Hmm.
big, think big, and be big at everything that you do. That is what it's all about. If you dream small, small things will be delivered to you. If you think small, uh, you know, once you complete that, I mean, you're not thinking about anything else. So you have to dream big, think big, and be big. And she brought that up, and that just made me happy.
Oh yeah, but you know what? We're going to talk about your man, Troy Rollins. Come on, you
Hey,
know.
hey, hey, Troy talked about, and he's a stand-up comedian, kind of famous stand-up comedian, doing a lot of great things. And he talks about love and I mean things that happen in the relationship or whatever that might be. I mean, I don't know how to adequately put it
Mhm.
the way that he explained it when it comes to couples or when it comes to whatever that is. He's able to help people resolve issues and concerns and just talk about it and put it in a sense where it's kind of funny, but it's true. What did you get out of this conversation?
You know, I think you summed it up perfectly. I think you took the words out of my mouth, so you definitely summed it up. But let's talk about Dr. Diana Maria. Oh my gosh, she is the entrepreneur and the founder owner of Diana Maria's Med Spa, a great med spa to visit. And her topic was tips to reduce stress and sleep better. And let me tell you something. And she has this amazing new product, DM Wellness. I mean, these products can calm you down, help you sleep better. I mean, she's got so many services at her med spa here in Texas. And, you know, you guys got to check it out, but also go online to Diana Maria's Med Spa, and then you'll see her DM Wellness products. And hey, we encourage you to go and purchase those. James and I are purchasing those as well. But she was an amazing guest. Very, very, very excited about her new product. What are your thoughts, James?
Well, Diana, Doctor Diana is fantastic, and she's been on the show a couple of times, not three times, I think. But uh, she followed in her dreams. She uh, said last year that she was going to open up this spa. It's booming in the Dallas Fort Worth area. Her product, just like you just mentioned, you can buy these products. It's going to help you relax. It's going to help you sleep better. It's going to help you do a whole lot of things. So, um, Diana, if you're watching the show, please send a comment saying where they can go and, I mean, they can buy your product, order your product from you. Michelle is placing the order if she haven't already placed. We getting those products real soon. So I tell you, Michelle, we're gonna take a station break, but we're gonna come back because we got a lot more guests to talk about. So
Oh, yeah.
if you want to be part of this conversation, go to the comments and ask us. It's like I said, just if you just want to say hello, just say hello. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll see you shortly after the break.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, when Sheila and I having fun over here talking about the shows from last month, and just like I said, we had 18 absolutely fantastic shows, absolutely wonderful, wonderful guests, and each one of those guests, Michelle, I would gladly bring them back because uh, they're wonderful and they bring value, and that's what it's all about, bringing value.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
and educating our listeners and our public and making sure that they know that whatever you dream, whatever you think, you can do it. If you can see it here, you can do it.
Oh, most definitely. So let's talk about our next guest, who's, gosh, he's been on the show so many times, I've lost count. Financial consultant Joshua Goldsmith. He talked about what is financial suicide. And wow, it's just a lot to talk about. So I'm going to give it to you, James, about what Josh was discussing on the show.
Joshua Goldsmith, I've been knowing for quite some time. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful guy. I mean, to me, and Josh, if you're watching, yes, I'm gonna mention this. I think he might be a genius in a lot of different things. He's very knowledgeable, very precise, and he always come up with these ideas, for as how he can help people out, how he can educate people, especially when it comes to finance and help them to save money and prepare for the future. This guy, just like I said, he's a regular on the show. He also going to be co-hosting a couple of shows with us, with me, real soon. And just love this guy. I mean, and he's a person that cares. But if you're looking for a great financial advisor that's honest, integrity, and has ethics, and it's going to teach you how to go about uh, getting your portfolio right, how he's going to educate you on what all of these different things are. Joshua Goldsmith is that man.
Oh, he's definitely, like I said, he's got a good heart. He's a great friend, and we love having him on the show. You know who we also loved having on the show? Miss Rose Vitale. Why is it important to support women in business? Wow, she is amazing. I mean, she provides funding. Her company provides funding for women entrepreneurs. And she also discussed the fact that there's like a disparity between the funding that goes to entrepreneurs who are male compared to their women counterparts. And she's got a great heart, and she wants to help these organizations, if she believes in them, if the company believes in them. And she just brought a lot of insight into the funding of women businesses. What were your thoughts, James?
Well, I tell you, very generous young lady. That when she said that if she get behind a organization or foundation, as it relate to certain things, she do it. She gave one company, just one company, she donated $1 million. Just like what's the guy name? $1 million.
Dr. Evil.
But no, she is absolutely wonderful, and so she want to see women-owned businesses as well as men as well grow. and we were just so thankful to have her on the show to come and share her ideals and her passion.
Mhm.
And Rose, if you're watching the show, thank you so much. We want you back on again.
Oh my gosh, let's just not forget about anybody, but we cannot forget about Lacey Turner. Oh my goodness. How can activists change the world? But Lacey Turner is so much more. James, can you talk to the audience about Lacey Turner? Everything he's got going on. I mean, he's multi-talented, but let's talk about the activism, but also about the film and the movies.
Lacey is, over the last, I guess, 6, 7 weeks, me and him kind of became friends and been on his show. And he's a wonderful, wonderful guy up in from St. Louis, Missouri. I mean, as growing up in certain portions of St. Louis or wherever you're at, things are not always easy, and you have to work for it. This young man, he had one of them, what you call it, Michelle, aha moments,
Mhm.
where he was doing things. I'm talking about nothing negative, um, and he decided that, wow, you know, I know what I want to do. I want to make films. I want to make movies, and went back to school. Michelle, after being away from school for 10 years, went back, uh, caught up, got his degree, and he's out making movies. Actually, he got two movies that's on E360. I think they begin today or tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on E360 television. This young man, you're gonna hear about him, you're gonna know about him, support him by going to E360 television and watch his two movies. One of his movies that he made as a short film. It's called Right Hand Man. And Lacey know I love that movie, and I'm not gonna give it away, but yeah, if you get an opportunity, support him. E360 TV. Lacey Turner, how you doing?
Hey. Hey, and then we had Dr. Tia Murray on the show. She talked about how to navigate through turbulent situations. And, she gave a lot of insight, a lot of, tips on, how to navigate through turbulence. And, we really, really, really enjoyed the information that she provided to us. And what are your thoughts on that show, James? I mean, Dr. Tia Murray is fantastic.
Dr. Tia Murray is doing so many things out there, writing books. She's an influencer, mentor, and she is a motivational speaker, just doing so many things. And you know, when it comes to Tia, uh, she always thinking about how she can help change. I wouldn't say the world. I'm talking about, but people, philosophy, especially if it's in a negative sense. She want everybody to think positive and do positive things. So it was an absolute pleasure having Dr. T on the show, and looking forward to having her on again.
Yes, and before we go to break, let's talk about Darren Davidson. What causes burnout in healthcare workers? Wow, I remember you did that show, James, and it was just so amazing. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I tell you, it was it was absolutely wonderful because Dr. Darren is, and he is a doctor, orthopedic surgeon,
Mm-hmm.
but he's also much more than that because he has came up with these ideas and actually kind of putting them to work on how you can keep healthcare workers uh, from burnout, meaning fit in mind, body, and soul, and also teach them other things uh, or have them open their minds to holistic medicines and other things that's going to help um, make them better and make help them help their patients better. So
Mm-hmm.
Dr. D is I mean, I tell you that was an absolutely wonderful show as well. So what are your thoughts on that, Michelle?
Oh, I thought it was a great show. People don't realize that healthcare workers experience burnout as well. So there's things they need to do to make sure that they're only good for themselves, but also for the people that they serve. But I think after the break, James, we have a lot more guests to discuss.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take a station break. We're gonna come back, and if you want to be part of this conversation, all you do is just go to the comments and ask any question that you want to. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello. Hey, I'm James Cooley. I am the founder and CEO of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, Options, Opportunities, Lasting Choice Program. Our primary mission is to help build a foundation of our youth and young adults and communities. And we encourage everyone to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. And the way that you do that is, first of all, you got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are here for a purpose. You also have to be able to step out your comfort zone and do things that you probably didn't think that you can do. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and again, this is fun reminiscing about the shows that we had during the month of September. And Michelle, we also got some great shows that we already had during October, and
Hmm.
we got a lot of other great shows coming your way. So hey, I think we need to do this once a month just to recap and just talk about these things to keep the the what the purpose hot and current on people's minds. So let's pick it up again.
Oh, yeah. So we had Bishop Mike Kingsley on the show. He talked about what is the importance of humanitarian efforts. And James, you know Bishop Kingsley pretty well. So what were your thoughts on his discussion during that show?
Bishop Kingsley is a wonderful, wonderful guy. Actually, I'm meeting with him right after this. Uh, his heart and his thought process, and his heart about giving to others, not just in the United States but around the world. I mean, it's so spot on because love and compassion for others, and you have to see everybody as the same. So this man is so passionate about what he's doing.
Mhm.
He's from Africa, and he's doing a lot of great things in the United States, especially in the Dallas Fort Worth area. Actually, he got an event coming up. I think later on this month or beginning of next month, where he is providing food for 7 to 8 thousand families, and
Wow.
it just takes a heart of gold to uh, to do that. And I am going to be working with them as much as I can because it's all about giving. It's all about love, and it's all about kindness. It's all about making sure others happy.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And speaking of kindness and the man of heart ago, we had Dr. Eric Hall Sr. on the show, and he was talking about what is hydroponics, but also you were there at a live event regarding veterans. Can you kind of talk to us about that, James?
Yes, I mean, I was in the San Diego area last week, or actually Temecula. We live in Temecula, but in the Riverside County area, and Dr. Eric Hall and my main man, I call him Big Al. That they put on this event that deals with veterans transferring from the military or already in society on how they can go about starting their own businesses. That is money out there set aside for businesses by the government. And a lot of people just don't know what that is. And when you transition from the military, and if you don't know all of these things, you kind of lost. And basically, what we was talking about is being able to teach and educate and bring the former veterans, or people that are getting out thinking about transfer, and the communities, and educate them on that you can start your own businesses. Is rules and regulations, money out there set aside, but you got to get educated. So that was one of the things that Eric is doing. Uh, Hydroponics. That's that Dr. E is doing so many things. Hydroponics is where they have a lot, especially in the Dallas Fort Worth area. They grow a lot of the green vegetables inside, uh, kind of like indoors. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
lots and lots of land, and fresh green vegetables that they provide to
Mm-hmm.
probably 90% of the stores. I'm talking about like Sprouts and um, Sam's and all of these stores. So it's they're doing so many great things, and he is a great man of God, and I'm just happy to be able to call him my friend.
Well, we also had Doreen Reed on the show. Her topic was why is faith over fear is so important. And one of the things that she emphasized was confidence. You have to have confidence in what you do. You have those naysayers out there, it could be family, friends, but if God is giving you the direction to go to a certain place, you respectfully listen to what they have to say. But if you know this is for you, or maybe this is not for you, whatever it is, you have to have confidence in everything you do, because if you don't, no one's going to buy into what you're doing if you don't have confidence and belief, not only in yourself and also what you do. So, had the pleasure of talking to Doreen Reed. She's an amazing woman, 3 times best-selling #1 Amazon best-selling author. She has so many ideas and just so many things going on. But let's not forget our September Hot Topic show. I mean, besides us, we had Joshua Goldsmith, we had Dr. Laquita Monley and Dr. Michael Mantel, and we discussed a variety of topics, sending migrants to other states, Governor DeSantis, high interest rates, Jackson, Mississippi water issues, and the QAnon theory. So, what do you love about the Hot Topic show, James?
I believe that we certain things that are going on in the United States, especially the United States, but around the world as well. We need to be aware of it, and we have to bring the awareness to the our listeners and the public, because everything that you hear on television is not always true, and a lot of the information that we get, that we talk about in that one, we try to vet it to the best of our ability, but we want to bring a little light to that to let you know that these things are hot, and they need to be thought about, and also just to make people thought, bring thought provoking, especially taking people out of one state, a governor in Florida, it has nothing to do with that state, and sending them to another state, and that just doesn't make any sense. Why would you go take people out of the state of Texas, and your state is Florida, and you send them to Massachusetts? I mean, what are you
I
trying to do?
I don't understand that either, but it was a great panel discussion. But before we're counting down to the end of the show. So James, Dr. Cooley, besides being the host of the show, can you tell our audience what other projects you are currently working on?
Well, of course, the foundation. We
Mm-hmm.
had to rebuild our the JC Cooley Foundation options, opportunities, classes program. A lot of things that we do is we try to instill in our youth and young adults values, uh, uh, what I call the four C's: create, collaborate, commit with confidence. And if you do all of you use these things, it creates better character, and it creates a better person. So the foundation is that's my most important thing that I want to get back on mission trips and inspirational breakfasts and bring folks in that's going to inspire others. Also, working on three books at the same time, you know,
Woo!
but these are projects that we're working on, and all of these projects, I believe, that will be released by June or July of next year. All three books, and we just I want to work with Bishop Kinsley and
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Eric and Big Al.
Mm-hmm.
Actually got Big Al on the show tomorrow, and I want everybody to tune in because that guy is absolutely fantastic. And the things that he's doing in his organization and teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the things that we're doing, Michelle, is doing things to inspire others and let them know that you can do anything that you set your mind to, but you can't do unless you want to. And you got a couple of things that you're working on as well. You want to talk about it?
Yes, I'm one of the co-authors of a book that's coming out in during the holiday season. I'm not going to give you the title yet because we have to let the publisher just pull the book out and just advertise it. But this is the first time I was co-authoring a book, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm also looking into I'm starting a new job as well. I can't tell the audience about that, but I'm starting a new venture, new position, so I'm really excited about that. And also, I am, my goal is just to really increase the I guess how do I want to say it? Just really build this show up and to not only get more guests, but just to let people know it's available on so many platforms, and just to do so much with the show. And that gets to our last question before we're off the
Hold on. One thing you did not tell them about, and I got to.
air. Hmm.
Michelle will be receiving an honorary doctorate degree in December. I know she probably didn't want me to tell you that, but that's I am so thrilled and happy about all the great things that she is doing. So she will be receiving that, and she is doing so many things, just like she said, behind the scenes. And I got one more question, Michelle, because we got to end this show before I get in trouble.
James, what is your vision for the show the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, we I plan on growing this show, expanding it, XM, radio, TV, wherever God. My vision is wherever God takes us, and whatever He chooses for us to do. But we want to be able to reach a much bigger platform, and also just help encourage others to go out and dream big, think big, and be big. With that being said, again, I like to always leave with a departing note. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything that you do. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life. It's your life. It's your life. It's your life. Here we go.